Hi Karen, this is John West Coast Connects. We reached out last week, promised this free video, so here it is. I'm going to keep things really short and sweet. I just want to show you 3 ways that you guys can improve upon your website a little bit and potentially get a lot more traffic online. So with that, let me get started. You guys are doing a lot of good things here. You got a click to call for your phones. You got your free estimate. Financing right here, your socials right at the top. So what's shown here is pretty important because a lot of people don't necessarily scroll below this. So really important that you have a lot of stuff here at the top, which you do, and you have your badges at the bottom. So you're doing a lot of great things that uh, are potentially leading to a lot of jobs. The one thing, and the first thing that I would say though, looking through your site, and I saw that you service areas. You guys cover a large service area and a lot of different cities. Throughout like the Dallas region, right, Fort Worth region. But the one thing I would say, looking through your site, is that there wasn't a ton of content there. And content is anything that you can highlight, whether that be pictures, text. But in this instance, I'm talking about text. And text is pretty important because it's what you get found for. It's the keywords you get found for. Like, the headings are important and what you save the images as. So if I were to save this image as or check what it's saved as, saved as roofing muted, I would probably have it saved as a keyword. And what I'm talking about there is, so you are ranking for 314 keywords. And looking at what you're ranking for, a lot of what you're getting traffic for is your name. Excuse me, which is great. You want to rank for your name, obviously, and Scott Roofing Dallas, Scott's Exteriors, Scott Roofing. You're doing a great job, and you're getting a lot of traffic there. But when it comes to some buyer specific keywords, like people that don't know your name, that are just you know searching for, say, you know roofing companies, Fort Worth or Dallas roofing companies or anything like that, you're just not being found for any of that stuff. And primarily, it could be because of content, because content's very important. So, I did a search in Fort Worth. There's 5,700 searches a month. There's a couple hundred searches for Richland. If I went to Dallas, there's something like 20,000 searches a month in Dallas. So there's a lot of keywords that you can go after. But if I wanted to rank for roofing companies Fort Worth, right, I would again save that as excuse me, save that as a heading, save it, as my text. Again, maybe save an image as that keyword, and when Google crawls your site, they see that you have that keyword verbatim within your content. So super important to have it there and have that, content through your site. And it is, in fact, a ranking factor also. If you look at sites like Wikipedia or Yelp, one of the reasons why they do so well is because they have a ton of content on their site. And it's all about quality and quantity. So content would definitely be my first tip. And adding those buyer specific keywords throughout excuse me, throughout your site. And then looking at, I was looking at the areas you serve, and to help add content through your site and to help really go after those specific, keywords, I would potentially add, uh, uh, location page sites for some of these, service areas that you work. So like Grapevine would be a good one, Garland, Frisco, obviously Fort Worth, Dallas, Richland Hills, and some of these areas that have a little bit of volume, but not as much competition would be a great thing to start building up. My second tip, and I know you have multiple, Google business profiles, but this one doesn't seem to be, built out too much. And here is some things that I would do to really build these up, because these can potentially bring a lot of traffic to your site, and I'll explain that later on. But um, reviews are a big thing. They add, authority and validation to your business. And Google feels that if you have a lot of reviews, then one, you're doing a good job, and two, people trust you. And if they trust you, then Google should trust you. So reviews are a great way to do it. There's many different ways. You can CRM, like send emails after a job is done. You could purchase reviews. There are review purchasing companies out there that, you could buy reviews from. There are, one way we found is productive is get a QR code that links to your review form. And, you can print those off, laminate them, give them to your installers. And when the installer finishes a job, they can get a review from the property owner right there, scan it with their phone within seconds or minutes. You have a review up on your site. So, there are a variety of ways to get reviews. This information here needs to be pretty consistent throughout the web. So, you know, uh, wherever you have your address, your phone number, your website, your address, all that needs to be consistent. So, what Google doesn't want happen is Google doesn't want people to go on different platforms, whether it be Yelp or your website or Google Business Profile, and get differing information. They want to see consistency and the same information everywhere. So really important that this stuff all matches, and Google can see that all this stuff is out there in a variety of different places. And then last but not least, you want to save photos that are geotagged as specific locations and saved as uh, keywords. So again, if I'm wanting to rank for roofing companies Fort Worth, I might save a photo as roofing companies Fort Worth and geotag it for, say, this location. And then what happens is Google feels that you did that a roof or some service in that location. And then you just want to keep building and building and growing, and your Google Business Profile will start building and growing and ballooning like a flower. Um, and then last but not least, continue to build up your site. This 40 is a massive number. You're doing a good job there. This 19, you want to be more of a one-to-one ratio if you can. So, there's some room to grow here in terms of building up your domain rating. But how you build it up is by adding referring domains that send backlinks, and these do follow links. The 161 that you have are the ones that really give you power. And just to kind of show you what that looks like in terms of your competition, this is Lawn Smith, obviously a big, company there, and you're a little bit lower than them, and you are a little bit lower in domain rating, and they have 203 versus your 161. So, you are pretty close in terms of strength of size, but as you can see, they're ranking in 1,000 keywords and getting 2,600 clicks a month versus your 314. So that goes along with the content and some of those key factors that I had mentioned. And so, again, the reason why you want to really build up your Google Business Profile on your site is because everybody searches differently, right? Some people click on the first thing they see, which is a great reason to run ads. Some people click on this map pack, and some people click on the organics. And this map pack can pull up to 40% of the traffic. So, this keyword has 350 searches. You're looking at, 180 searches right off the bat that's going to these top three. And so, if you're running an ad and you're number one here and you're number one here, you're going to maximize the amount of traffic that you're getting. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope it's been informative. Please feel free to reach out if you have any questions, comments, concerns. We would love your feedback. My contact information is in the email. I also have a link to our Google Calendar. Myself or my business partner, Jackie, would love to get in contact with you at whatever time fits your schedule. So go ahead and fill that out, and one of us will get back to you at whatever time you fill in. So with that, have a great day, and God bless.